That hurt. I don't know how the hell I got it. Yeah.
Really awkward. Okay.
Sorry, folks. Didn't mean to start with that. It's very dry in my apartment, and that hurt. Honestly, hurt. It's been there a couple of days, but I must just miss it because right when I think it's gone, I hit it again.
Sorry, I'm still doing some last minute tweaks, but whatever.
Oh,
anyway,
that's fine.
So this is our BlizzCon wrap-up coverage special, whatever. This is a finite exposure episode. That's what this is going to be, right?
Oh, yeah, we're kicking it old school right now. Oh, okay, there you are. I put you on full screen and you locked up for a moment.
Yeah, well, I'm still kind of... It's taken me almost an hour, but I'm almost awake. I'm almost humanoid.
Yeah, cry me a river. I woke up at... Well, actually, I woke up late a little bit yesterday because my alarm didn't go off. I was up at, I think, about 8:30, 8:45 a.m.
Yeah.
And I went to bed at the second coming of 1:30 a.m.
Yeah. I need to close that.
So I didn't have as physical a day as you, but I probably had a much longer day because I was up.
Yeah, well,
almost 19 hours yesterday. Well, yeah, because I was up the extra hour.
Yeah, well, we can worry about that later. But anyways,
yeah.
So unlike my other unlike the other stuff I've put out in the last 2 days, this one's not gonna have like cutaways and segments and videos playing in the back. God damn you, fucking CC cleaner.
I haven't installed that in a while. I need to do that.
I gotta find a way to get rid of the pop-up thing that shows up. That stupid freaking
Well, it's
thing.
what?
You're
talking for the program itself. Unlike for an ad, the program's like $10.
No.
I just haven't bought it in a while.
Obey Cthulhu. I just noticed that.
Obey Cthulhu, and down here the little R says Riley. I got this. Oh, Jesus. I think I got this almost 10 years ago. It was one of my first T-Fury shirts. I saw it and I thought of you. And I bought it. And because of what it is, I'm paranoid to wear it out of the house.
Oh, I'm sure you are, sir. I'm sure you are.
Actually, I've already made a vow to myself. I have a shirt from Fun that I usually wear on the first day of work and the last day of work.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm wearing this on the last day of work. I'm not wearing my vest or anything. I'm just going to be walking with this all day. It's like, fucking fire me. I don't care. It's my last day of work.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, we are going to be talking about BlizzCon. We're going to be talking about the stuff that actually interested us, stuff we actually watched, some of the stuff that we tried to watch but we couldn't really get through, like the Blizzard Q&A.
Blizzard Q&A, and I actually did tune in at some point to the Heroes of the Storm deep dive.
And that was actually kind of fascinating, too.
Well, it's fascinating to somebody who plays a lot of it. If they had if like the first 10 minutes were like, here's Alexstrasza and here's Hanzo.
And yeah.
It's like, here's the character, here's the moves. You know what? That's all I care about. Because I came in and it's like, is this the 1992 president? What the fuck's up with the flow charts? What is all that? My eyes are buggy already. Here's like, no.
Just
okay,
a little bit of
cute,
drool, like,
It's like that. It's like that thing. This is a whole bunch of nope. So I just just turned it off. So the only one I want to watch yet, because I'm a big fan of TCGs, is Hearthstone.
The Hearthstone, yeah. That one I haven't watched either yet, and I need to watch that one.
Warcraft and Hearthstone are the two because I played them so long. Those are really the only two I can watch.
Yeah. New
characters, abilities. I'm good with that. After that, they can say whatever they want.
You should watch the Overwatch deep dive because it's only like 40 minutes. It's not long.
Yeah. I think actually the Heroes one wasn't too... Or no, the Warcraft one was only about...
An hour.
35 or...
No, it was about an hour.
Oh, well, one of them... maybe it was... Yeah, one of them's only like 30 minutes, I think. So.
It
was actually surprising.
Some of the deep dives, because those weren't like, those were just kind of going into some of the, basic mechanics and stuff like that, and kind of like background stuff and all that goodness. So it was just like, I'm glad they were short and sweet and to the point.
That's another reason I would love to go to BlizzCon, is because then you could get hands-on experience with these things, because it's one thing to hear about it,
and they've got floor
but they
demos
have some of these
like
things
yeah.
on the floor. So then I think actually if I had a demo, like if I went and I saw, okay, here's Overwatch, here's what's next, and I went out and I played some of the demo, then if I went to the panel,
that would be a whole different kettle of fish.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, because then they'd be talking about things, and I'm not good at MOBAs.
Yeah.
But if I had a chance to play it and they were like, this is then I might actually be able to piece some of it together. Yeah. But without that knowledge, it's just all Greek to me.
Yeah. So, all right. So first off, let's talk about the opening. Let's talk about the pre-show and the opening ceremonies. I
didn't watch the pre-show. I actually, and I linked to this. I did a podcast. You were talking about, we've each done things over the weekend. Let's get this out of the way real quick, because if people want more, let's tell them where to go. Yours is on Twitch and on YouTube?
Yeah, twitch.tv/ChaosInfintium. It's right. I got to make sure the fingers that right there. See the name? Twitch, YouTube. I linked it on Facebook. I've been linking it on Twitter. Ignore the Patreon for right now if you want to throw money at me.
Eyes down here, folks. Come on, lower your eyes a little bit.
And then Raving Rendal, he's got Twitter and Facebook and things like that. I really got to put some. I have to expand your multi-icon thing one of these days.
I actually, on the Chaotic Ravings, Chaotic Thoughts things, we used to have it by Facebook and Twitter. Yeah. It's my links and your links now. So everybody can easily find what it is. But when I link to that in mine, because they have it up on Twitch or something, it's like, okay, here. No, it is the opening. It's like 2 hours and something. So I skipped ahead and just linked to the beginning of it. So it was a good, despite what we'll talk about, I actually did enjoy the opening. There's something we'll talk about.
There's a few things we'll talk about with the opening ceremonies.
But overall, I'll get this out of the way. Warcraft.
Not Chris Metzen.
No, what's the thing? The toasty.
Oh God, Shikaka. Oh yes, I have to bring that up. Cute. I have to bring it up now.
Yes, we'll do. But overall, I thought the opening was really good.
Yeah.
All of the games, despite not maybe liking some of the direction of them, all of the games look very good.
Oh yeah.
Even Hearthstone, which
oh God, yeah,
I'd given up on for quite a while, I actually reinstalled and played a little bit of again.
And it's a whole
I'm not going to lie. I'm a pack rat. Why did I do this? They said free character, but I have to wait until Monday to get it. So,
there it is. Yes, I found the image. It's gonna pop up here and cover us here in a second. the Nazmir playable demo. Shikaka. Yeah. I love that image. It's such a
what you need to do, we need to go through Christmas and stuff, and if he's got like a catchphrase, put that in. So not for something. He's got to have something in panels or whatnot or something that Thrall says or whatnot that can be used, and then just have Metzen's voice come out and pop, and then have it go back.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to I feel
you'll have to find something.
I feel by the end of this show, I'm gonna have to message Chris Metzen going, yeah, okay, so, is it okay if I use your image for all this stuff now? Because it's come up so often that I feel I'm legally obligated to have to ask you about using your image. Because holy shit, I'm sorry.
It's to the point that when we promote this, we're going to have to put hashtag Chris Metzen in the actual tags. And this is the first year he's not even there. What the fuck?
I know.
How many minutes?
No, actually, wait. He was there. He actually was there. He was in disguise.
Oh, he's pulling a Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, he was in disguise, and it's like, nice. Oh my god!
I want to see what her what her thing is this year, because she goes every year.
Yeah.
And every year she's in costume. I want to see what her costume is this year.
We'll find out eventually. But anyway, so opening ceremonies. For that since he didn't really see the pre-show, and the pre-show was kind of, blusterous and kind of recapping, previous BlizzCons and introducing the hosts for this year. It was kind of, it was nice to actually kind of get to know the hosts, the new hosts, the old hosts, things like that. So that was kind of fun. And, got to see a few people I know and know of, like Thor 13, a few others in the background again. It was that was lots of fun. But the actual opening ceremonies. Now, I did a whole video on just watching and live reacting to that. And if you have made it all the way through that video, congratulations. You are one of maybe 5 people. And you're probably, and of those 5 people, one of you is probably a wanker that said, "Shut the fuck up. We're here to watch BlizzCon, not hear you talk." Yeah, seriously, one dude actually, the first comment was, "Shut the fuck up. We're here to watch the BlizzCon opening ceremonies, not listen to you talk." I'm sitting there going,
Did he think that he was actually watching the BlizzCon opening ceremony? How fast did you put that video out?
That video went up within hours of BlizzCon opening ceremonies ending. Within 2 hours of it actually ending.
It's still fresh in the minds. Then I guess I could see, because I don't think it was available to the public yet.
The title, no, it was freely streamed. Everyone could watch it on Twitch.
Oh, the opening,
yeah. So I was sitting there going, "What the fuck, wanker, dude? You could watch the opening ceremonies everywhere for free. This says first reactions on it. Don't be a wanker." Hashtag don't be a wanker.
Chlorine for the gene pool needed in Nile 3.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, no, so the opening ceremonies, since we both watched it and we both went over it, honestly, that was just fun, and it was just a lot of fun. What from the opening ceremonies, what was one of your favorite parts of it? Legitimately, what was one of your favorite parts?
I have to say the Alexstrasza and Hanzo video was really fun. Because I really enjoyed that.
That was a lot of fun.
Because you thought they were honestly, and then it just turns out that it was a friendly spar. It's like, I know y'all can die and res again, but that doesn't mean you should be trying to go out and literally slaughter yourselves. Okay, it has to hurt or something.
She was teasing,
but
with
that
the whole
video
time,
was that video. Alexstrasza, one of the things that always happens when you go from one universe to another, especially with the quality of World of Warcraft cinematics, Alexstrasza, actually, well, damn near everybody is beautifully done in those.
See,
and Heroes and whatnot is more of a cartoony, but still saying that, she looked just as regal as she does and still had the same manner. The dragon was beautiful.
Oh, God,
that thing was amazing.
That was
they did nice. Heroes of the Storm is really the only other game I play. But and saying that, I'm really curious to try not so much a
Hanzo
person for ranged or whatnot. I might try Hanzo because I have tried him in Overwatch before. So at least I have some idea of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But Alexstrasza, no matter how far back you go, I don't think I've ever been in control of a dragon.
Well,
so I'm talking even way back in, I think there was a custom scenario in Warcraft 3 that was actually, I think I showed this to you, where you started out as a baby dragon.
Oh yeah.
And then there was it came out about the same time the spider one did. That was the only time, and I've been playing Warcraft since '98, that I have ever controlled a dragon character.
Yeah.
So just the thought that after playing it for almost 20 years now, I'll actually be able to be in control in a game of a dragon. That is interesting. Granted, it's an alternate form, but you're still controlling a dragon.
Yeah.
And you're controlling the most powerful dragon. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
We'll talk about more later, but
see, like what I did with my reactions video is when I saw it, I'm sitting there going, is it going to be Ysera? Is it going to be Ysera? And then they reveal, Alexstrasza. I'm like, son of a bitch. Sorry. Yeah. I have a little bit of a love affair with Ysera because she so got boned over so badly by WoW.
Well, and let's look at it this way. We've got Garrosh, who's in there. Mm-hmm. Granted, they did jump the gun on Vol'jin and Varian. They were in there before they died, but they're still in there. Yeah. A lot of the Diablo, a lot of the Starcraft. It's not unlike them to bring characters back through Heroes of the Storm.
Look at Kael'thas. I mean, he's been dead for how many expansions
Arthas.
now?
Arthas. So I'd say Kul'Thuzad, but as somebody mentioned, I think it was... Nobel. Yeah, Nobel was talking about when we killed him the second time, we didn't find his phylactery. So Kel'Thuzad is in limbo somewhere.
He might pop back up. But
I would not be surprised. And we've seen them do this before. This is their dragon character. Yeah. So maybe if they can work her out well, maybe Ysera would come back.
That would be good fun. But
it's good to start with something everybody knows, and Alexstrasza is still around. So and she's the queen, so you kind of gotta start with her.
Yeah. So and I liked how they were talking about that a lot of the changes and updates that they're going to be doing for just from like the opening ceremonies are going to be launching by the end of the year or early in the next year. So they gave us a rough time frame. That was nice.
Right.
And that opening cinematic was just beautiful for Heroes of the Storm. Overall, and the stealth update, that's going to be interesting. I'm going to keep an eyeball on that because I want to see how they're going to play that out. Because that will change meta all across the board, just completely change the meta by tweaking with the stealth.
That'll be nice.
Oh, yeah.
I don't often play a stealth character, but. I do run into them a lot.
Yeah, and get ganked by them, unfortunately.
Valeria's the only one who hasn't done it yet, and I know it's just a question of time.
But overall, honestly, I enjoyed the hell out of the Heroes of the Storm opening ceremony and the deep dive.
Oh, yes.
The deep dive was... Yeah, it was very technical. It went into the meta. It talked about the gaming, the game aspects, how these things are going to affect things and change things, what their ideas... for why they're doing this, community feedback, trying to deal with some of the toxicity in the community. And that seemed to be like a big thing across the board for BlizzCon, was trying to deal with the toxicity in the gaming communities.
And sadly there's a lot of that. So
and especially in Heroes and Overwatch. But the deep dive and the opening ceremonies and whatnot, and all the stuff for Heroes of the Storm, I didn't watch any of the esports stuff because that really doesn't tickle my fancy.
No, I have no intention of watching any.
I mean, congratulations to the winning teams, go sports ball kind of thing.
Whoever you are, yeah.
I mean, it may seem like heresy, but it just doesn't tickle my fancy. But speaking of Overwatch,
you and I, no matter how much into it we get, ultimately you and I are casual fans. We don't. As much as we love the game, neither one of us are ever going to make a living off of it.
None of us are ever going to be professional. Never.
Yeah, there's no way we can do it. We, if we know somebody, I think that'd be the only way we would even watch.
Yeah.
It's like, let's say somehow Lore or Mike or somebody get onto a team for something. Or maybe they do like a celebrity thing. I would watch, like a developer. Let's say they get the Warcraft and Overwatch and Starcraft and Diablo all to play a thing of Heroes of the Storm since it's made up of all their games. Yes, I would watch a celebrity bracket of that because I know a lot of these people. And these are people who made the games this game is based on, so it'd be really fun to watch.
And it would be hilarious as hell.
No, I'm not a big sports person, esports or otherwise. But if you guys have fun, and apparently they're very good, good on you. That's good. But
Otherwise,
just
meh.
not for me.
Man, yeah.
If I don't know anyone, I just usually don't watch it.
Yeah, but anyways, okay, so, and we're gonna dance around WoW for a little. The two we're gonna dance around to like near the end is WoW and Hearthstone, because those two are going to just eat up the show. So, so Overwatch. Okay, so with Overwatch, we got
Moira.
Yes. Okay, but first off, with like the opening ceremonies. I fully admit, have you watched the Reinhardt for Honor and Glory video?
Yeah, it was during the opening ceremonies.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, besides that, I watched it again a couple more times, and it's just like, God damn you, Blizzard! Why the feelings? Why?
I don't have enough Kleenex to watch that multiple times. That you know, we can laugh. I mean, we're hey, we're manly men, or at least one of us is. But no, that's you. In case you're wondering, there's no way in hell I fall on that.
I'm sitting here, I'm fondling my man boob.
Okay, you do have bigger boobs than me, but you also have more weight than I do.
Yeah. Anyways.
Boy, we went down a dark turn.
But anyways,
but they actually had this. They were talking to Reinhardt, the guy who does Reinhardt on the voice actors chat.
Paul Darren.
He's a sweet. He has candy for everybody. That's all I remember.
Here.
They actually, at one point, I don't know why he did it, but he stood up during the voice actor, and it was just like he was like a fucking major league pitcher. He's like, boom, and they're like, "Did people sign a waiver to get into this thing?" How'd you get that eye patch? Oh, I was hit in the eye by a Tootsie Roll from Reinhardt. It was awesome. So. He even autographed the rapper, you know. But no, they were talking. You know it. You know if he did that, this guy is. Oh yeah. He would autograph it. He would have a huge smile on his face while he did it.
He is seriously like so many gamers' spirit animal right now, because he is just. He has embraced that character so hard.
Oh yeah.
And he even talked about that during the opening ceremonies. How he came in a couple of years ago when they were getting ready for the launch of Overwatch and did all the voice acting, and he really had no idea what they were doing. He just came in and did this, and then the game launched, and then he said, like, I'm in this weird game, and people like me? What the hell?
It's like, yeah, I remember he was watching the thing. It's like, there's a monkey on the screen. Is that the one I'm in? So, because he was in when they did the initial. Yeah, he actually was talking about with that cinematic. They went over the scene where Reinhardt's mentor dies.
Yeah.
And they're reaching out, and they did that scene so often that he literally started crying. And they said, hey, just go with it. Just go with it. So there's sometimes, as seeing both of the voice panels, there's sometimes if you get emotional, you can almost guarantee it's because the person had done it so much and felt it so much.
Yeah.
They were getting as emotional
that the emotions actually seep through and affect you. I have to say that dual wielding those, giant rocket mallets was completely play of the game. Just literally both. You've got the booster in the back, the boosters off the mallets, and charging down an entire hallway of Orisas and Bastions. It's like, that's play of the game right there.
Did you see the Overwatch voice actor panel?
Yes, I did.
Doomfist came through, jumped, and did the hit like Lucio does. It's like somebody's been practicing for this moment.
Somebody's been waiting. Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard of him before, but he's a really cool person too.
Yeah, again, that's
the guy who does Doomfist.
Again, an actor, another actor that's kind of out of left field. Unlike the guy that plays McCree and a couple other characters, everyone else has been kind of out of left field. But with the opening ceremonies, they showed us Blizzard World and they introduced Moira.
Yes, I cannot wait to try Blizzard World. I want dig around through. That looks like an amazing set.
And then through the deep dive, they went into like actual detail on Blizzard World and Moira. And first off, and I've already talked about this with the Overwatch coverage one I did, but Moira really fucking excites me.
Yes. She looks like she's going to be a very interesting character to learn.
Yeah. Well, and she doesn't look like exactly an easy character, but a lot of her mechanics are kind of like playing Mercy and Symmetra. Now, when I've been last playing, I've been playing Mercy and Symmetra.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Yeah, well, because like her decay and whatnot, and I even do the hand motion. What the fuck is wrong with me?
You're a gamer. Come on. Okay. Stop and think. How many times did you and I do this at my apartment or your house? Or over the many years we've been going over Skype, how many times? Now, there were times that we mentioned it to each other.
We really needed
video. I know there were probably 100 times more that we would be making these motions. And this little thought in the back of your mind, hey, asshole, it's audio, you twit.
Now that we actually have video, now we have to sit there and go, oh, wow, actually what we're doing is on camera. Oh, crap.
Yeah, all these little idiosyncrasies are going to be playing out a lot over these first few videos before we realize. We can
do this now.
I should be wearing pants right now, shouldn't I? Oh shit! I can't stand up during this podcast.
That's why I put pants on before I hit the camera.
Oh well. It's not the Pride 48 No Pants podcast.
Yeah. Anyways, but no. So Moira excites me. One, because they never actually said if she was Scottish, Irish, Welsh or whatever. But she's from the Northern United Kingdom's territory.
The Northern British. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is fun and exciting. And then the fact that during the deep dive panel, yes, when they were designing and setting up Moira, they started out with the base concept of, this effeminate, spindly character, and then they were like, well, let's make her fully... she is a she, but let's make her very androgynous. Very LGBTQ friendly.
I was reading... I'm part of a couple of LGBT gamer communities. And one of them was, I can't remember which one it was, but there's a thing, and honestly, with the screenshots they showed, I can see where they're getting this, but they were wondering if Moira might be a transgender person.
No, they flat said she wasn't.
But if you look at those pictures, and let's be honest, the David Bowie thing does not help.
Oh my god. I want that skin. I don't care about anything else. I want the glam rock skin.
The David Bowie skin was the big thing on that topic. And I do have to admit, she is extremely androgynous.
Yes. Very much so, actually. And for anyone who hasn't seen it.
But when you said that, I had to mention, it's like, yeah, they're already trying to rope her, and I can understand it. I can totally understand them wanting to have some presence or whatnot there.
Well,
but
more presence and whatnot.
Moira could virtually represent every single person out there, because I don't think you're ever going to figure out anything about her.
Yeah, here it is. Pulling up the glam rock skin real quick, the concept art.
It's so good.
And you know what?
Really
one thing I really love about it is I'm going to cover my face here. They can still see you, but is the fact that if you zoom in, there we go. Is the backpack is a lava lamp.
I didn't catch that.
Yes, and that's something they brought up during the deep dive and talking about the concept art, was how, it's like when they had a lot of fun designing that skin, and they're like, you can even notice that the backpack and, whatnot is very much a lava lamp. It's like, oh my god, I want that skin. I want that skin. End of statement. When she comes out, I'm going to be hunting for that skin.
Oh, yeah. Well, and on Overwatch 2, the other thing I found really interesting are the Blizz World skins that everybody's getting.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But overall, the Moira announcement, and we've always had, and with every announcement in like the 2 BlizzCons we've gotten with Overwatch. Yeah, because May will be year 3. Yeah, since it will be year 2 since launch. Because it came out in 2015.
Because it was their first year anniversary this year.
Yeah, so... Yeah, God, time flies so fast. But with last year's...
Ow, that hurt.
With last
I was going to go back. I've actually got the physical copy of the deluxe edition Overwatch sitting right there.
I've got it up over there, too, yeah. But yeah... we've gotten some great announcements out of like the 2 BlizzCons so far for Overwatch.
Oh yeah, they are really doing
Moira's
good
character
on Overwatch.
Launch this year is so much fun. They are saying early next year, or will be 2018 early next year. There was playable demos on the floor. I really want to. I want to get my hands on Moira so badly because that character. Because she's an evil scientist. She is GLaDOS, basically.
Well, she's not.
She does
evil.
No.
She's focused.
Well, no.
She is focused beyond everything else.
Well, in the deep dive, they talked about she is pretty much she is evil. She's an amoral scientist. She does
amoral. I will take.
She does science. She sciences for the sake of science. She is GLaDOS. She is the GLaDOS of Overwatch.
Too bad they didn't get the same voice actress. That would have been perfect.
Well, we don't know yet. It might be. You never know. But anyways.
Oh no! I mean, if they could work around that, it would be GLaDOS's voice. That'd be so. Can you imagine how hard people would flip out at that?
Oh yeah, and then they also showed off Blizzard World.
Yes,
and that looks so much fun. The 3 main parts of that being. World of Warcraft, Diablo, and Starcraft, because those are the 3 major franchises. I love how they did sit there and explain that, no, Overwatch is not part of Blizzard World, because in that universe, there was no Overwatch game or licensing and things like that.
I still say, though, and you and I talked about this on Friday, I think. Well, yeah, because that's what fucked up my sleep that night, no, that wasn't you. We'll get to that later. Yeah. I still think that, granted, Blizzard didn't create it in this world, but I still think it would have been so damn sneaky to have this in-progress build area with the,
I have a better one. I have a better one, and this would be such a throwback and a great wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If they had a Project Titan area.
Oh, God, that would have worked. Because that's what Overwatch was built off of. Yeah.
Exactly. That would have been beautiful and perfect. That would have also given a little more information about what Project Titan was without actually divulging anything. And would have been a great just nod to, yes, this project was a failure and birthed Overwatch.
Well, we don't know. Now, what they could do is they could have, if they have corridors and lanes, we may have a Titan drive or a Titan lane. Yeah. So there's still a chance. I mean, come on, you have the Lost and Found Vikings in
Snacks
there.
Ramus.
Snacks Ramus. Okay,
sorry, I don't care. That one right there, Snacks Ramus.
Yes, that wins. I would not be surprised because of how that's... StarCraft 2 thing comes around to see a Ghost reference in there.
Yeah, and that's the thing is the Blizzard World, and I'm pulling up the Snacks Ramus image.
It would make sense.
The Snacks Ramus image is so great.
I was watching that. It's like, oh fuck, he wasn't pulling my leg, was he?
No, I wasn't joking. They legitimately had
there actually is a Snacks Ramus.
But no, the Blizzard World would be a perfect opportunity, and before they finish development on it, would be to be able to sneak in little things like notations to Lords of the Clan, the Warcraft game that never saw the light of day.
There was still a demo on that a couple of years ago. I tried to download, but I couldn't get it to run. Yeah,
StarCraft Ghost, Project Titan. They could really make it a labor of love, and even better, to sit there and pull in these things, that projects that, you know, even if it's like a respawn point or like a little graveyard or meeting area of, you know, it's like, oh, these are things that will never, you know, these were projects that never saw light of day, like a little monument or memoriam thing. Of, you know, that would be great. Really, that would be nice. Fantastic. Yeah. Blizzard, you know what you need to do. We'll take like 5% of the profits off of that map. Thank you.
Shit. I would take 0.001% of
what Overwatch is making, yeah.
Of what Overwatch is making, and I could probably pay in 2 checks, I could probably make as much as I live on all year. So I think I would be good with that. Yeah. Yeah, that's fully true. But yeah, no, so like the opening ceremonies and the deep dive and the meeting with the actors stuff, that was so much fun. It was such a great across the board. So when they brought, you know, with the Overwatch and the Heroes of the Storm, they brought some great stuff to the board on that one. Oh, yeah.
And then, but wait, there's more, because I have to make the joke. Then we got, then there was like the little announcements. You know, we didn't really hear anything about Diablo 3. There really was nothing for Diablo 3.
I don't remember seeing anything about that.
But because of Blizzard World, because we talked about this just a few minutes ago, was the skins.
Oh, Leoric's Castle.
Yeah, Leoric's Castle, but also the skins that they're providing with Blizzard World. We're going to get, you know, Crusader Reinhardt, which is cool.
Right.
Barbarian Zara. And I love how they talk about the charge up sphere and her cannon.
It's actually
meter. The rage bar, the rage meter for, you know, a barbarian, which is kind of cool. You got the Butcher, Roadhog. You've got what was it? Adjudicator, Orisa. You've got, you know, all, and then the one that everyone should have seen coming.
And there was almost no reaction to it either. It really surprised me.
Widowmaker as, it's like, oh my
Nova.
God. Yeah, it's like Widowmaker as Nova. It's like, how did no one see this coming?
Okay, I am going to say this. If you were in the crowd of the Blizzard opening ceremonies, what is wrong with you people? That has been a joke in Heroes of the Storm for what, 3 years now?
Yeah, now I will say this. Come
on, people. There should have been at least some response to that.
I do have a friend, who was my friend Biff, bless her heart. And actually,
you told me that.
She was actually at BlizzCon. She was at the opening ceremonies. I'm like, did you cheer for the Widowmaker Nova thing? She's like, I don't play Heroes of the Storm. I didn't really get the joke until you just explained it to me. I'm like, son of a bitch!
Now, and in her defense, granted, I play versus AI, but I've been playing that game I actually just played a map today, and you know how you can rename it?
Yeah.
I had just played a map for the 154th time today. So I've been playing, actually, because... No, it didn't come out when I was in...
No. Heroes of the Storm came out almost 4 years ago.
Okay. I have been playing since beta of Heroes of the Storm. So you've played it a lot, I've played it a lot. Mm. But number one...
Until the 2.0 change came along.
Until that came along,
goddamn CC cleaner.
Had been bad. But... Nova is not the most popular character.
No.
And very rarely do you see her with any kind of skin. So I honestly would not be surprised if a good 3/4 of the Novas I've played with are just random hero. And if you don't set that up, you're always going to be playing with it. So
yeah.
But again, come on, 3 years. Just look. You can see this just looking at the store or looking at the website.
Now,
it's kind of disappointing for people of us who know the joke.
Yeah, another great skin that they're putting out there is also Ice Point May.
That was good.
Yes,
That was
really
like. Good.
I'm glad they are introducing with these worlds, these two character skins, and so it's like, okay, that's awesome. So overall, the presentation for Overwatch across the board, not counting esports because we don't watch the esports, was fantastic and
yes.
great.
I don't play Overwatch as much as I'd like to right now because I'm working.
Yeah.
But that is a game between January and August. I actually play that game quite a bit. And now with, as we'll talk later, Warcraft is going to be going in its lull. Yeah. I can almost guarantee once I'm done with work, I'll probably be playing Overwatch quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and that happens. Okay, and then since there was nothing really from Diablo 3, you've got nothing going on. Next year, sweetheart, it's okay.
Diablo 3 had their big moment with the
Necromancer.
BlizzWorld, where they just came by and waved, "Hey, here we are."
Cameo appearance.
What's it? Now here's where we need the Chris Metzen thing again.
Okay. Shikaka.
Whenever we say cameo appearance, just have him pop on and then...
I could probably set up with my mouse a little thing that would just pop him up every time. I have to go into studio mode to figure... anyway, so then we'll
do that later.
Yeah. So then we got into the... and then Starcraft. Starcraft 2. I was amazed there was actually Starcraft 2 news.
I didn't really see any panels for it.
There wasn't. That? The news for Starcraft 2.
Oh, that was the Wings of Liberty thing.
Yeah, they've got adjustments. They've got some new character maps coming out. Poor Commander Horn, having to deal with him and his wife. And when you play Wings of Liberty, you'll find out if you haven't played it already. But they did announce.
I think actually I just have the starter edition. I don't know.
They did announce come the 14th, StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty, the base game, will be completely free to play. If you already own it, you'll get a free upgrade to Heart of the Swarm, which is awesome.
I'm pretty certain I do. If not, I'll buy it just so I'll get them both. I mean, that's not a big deal.
They also sat there and said they will be opening up a lot of the arcade modes even further. Ranked matching will be completely open and available for everyone. All this other stuff, all this good stuff.
Yeah, I remember this now.
So, but that one caught me by surprise. Like, StarCraft 2 completely free to play? What the fuck? What? So that was really cool. And then with then they had the StarCraft remastered panel, the before and after of basically remastering StarCraft, and that was a lot of fun. They talked about a lot of the devs who helped remaster it. Because none of them were pretty much of the original guys who made StarCraft. None of them were really around. So they talked about a lot of like the issues, like how a certain key feature, a key click here that would cause this to happen, was actually because of a glitch in the program, but it became such a vital part of the original game. They removed it because it was a glitch in the programming. So when they did the remaster and launched it, that was removed. People bitched about it. They put it back in, and then people bitched about that glitch being in there because that's not in StarCraft 2 and things like that. And so they had a real serious balancing act why they patch the game every week pretty much. Because because none of the original design team's around, and they are having to work off the original game code. That someone helped find and brought to BlizzCon, and that lucky bastard got to go to BlizzCon for free.
Yes, I remember that. That was a few months ago.
Yeah, so it's like good job on him. But that was actually, that panel was kind of fun, and just like the little announcement. So for what they had for StarCraft 2 was, it was like I didn't expect anything for StarCraft 2 at all. So them actually having any announcements was amazing. The fact they talked about StarCraft and the remastered and everything else that goes with that overall was just great fun. So that was awesome. That was kind of cool, and I dug that all across the board.
I should watch the remastered thing because
you should actually. It's really fascinating.
I tried StarCraft 1, and I have real bad vision, especially when it comes to abstracts like dark text, like white text on black background.
Yeah.
And trying to read or do anything in the original StarCraft, I couldn't even look at the HUD. So I would love to see it and see if even if they just bolded the text, it was so hard to read that. If they've done that, I might actually give that a try sometime.
One thing they talked about was is like the shift ability to go from the original very pixelated version to the high definition version with you hit F5. That was actually kind of a joke thing for the presentation of they had to sit there and say, oh, this doesn't look updated, so on. It's like hit F5, click, suddenly remaster and whatnot. They're like, oh, we need that in the game. So something that was part of the presentation, the original presentation, was included into the game because someone in marketing liked it. And actually, it really is a cool feature. I dig it myself, but that's because I'm kind of weird.
If it were in high def, I'm sure I would have a lot less problems.
Yeah, no, it is in high def, which is really nice.
If they ever have a demo of that, maybe I'll try that.
It's like $20. The game itself is like $20.
Well, yeah, but I'm about to pay $450 for glasses.
Touche.
Yes, I kind of need to watch my spending right now.
Yeah, that does happen. But yeah, so like any news about StarCraft was amazing across the board, and the fact they were putting out Wings of Liberty for free, and that they were going to talked about the whole remastering the original StarCraft. That was cool across the board. Like legitimately, if you did not enjoy that or appreciate that at all, you are a heartless monster and get the hell out of here.
I flipped them off. You've called them monsters. Boy, we're going to keep going to keep people for this.
Oh yeah, we're just keeping people around.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was kind of cool. Now we're gonna go into let's see here. We got Hearthstone. What do you want first, Hearthstone or WoW? WoW, I think is gonna take like 45 minutes in and of itself. So we should probably cover Hearthstone.
I'd say Hearthstone because with WoW we can go into the what's next and all of that.
Yeah,
and that's the big one. So I mean, we can pretty much end on that. So
yeah,
I will apologize. I've not seen the Hearthstone what's next panel. That's the only panel I have left to really watch.
That happens. It happens. And while we've been talking, I've been setting up the Shikaka.
I blame him because he sits in Discord all day, even while he's asleep. So I'm like, oh, he's going to contact me any minute and say we're going to do this. And I've been waiting for about 8 hours for him to message me that we're ready to go.
I need sleep sometimes, it happens.
You need to close your programs too, so that people know you're not awake.
I also put myself to away mode for a reason.
Dude, you've been away for 3 weeks now.
I know.
Just close the program. It's not hard. Alt F4 is your friend. Come on. It's also a great way to get rid of people you don't like, but we're not going to go there. So
it's also a great
even though we already did, but tough.
Yeah.
It's our show. Boy, we're catty today, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. We are in a very special place.
It's BlizzCon. It does this to you. It's like post-traumatic stress.
Something like
that. We're going through the gamer equivalent of shell shock.
Yeah, pretty much. Where are you? There you are. You know what? I want that button to be that.
What the hell is going on here?
You are losing your mind, sir. You have gone insane.
Oh, I put my headset on before my mic, so my my hearing aid cord or my earbud cords are pulling. Hold on.
Good job. I salute you, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, exit out of studio mode. Now I can do this. Shikaka.
I did not mean to do that. That's what happens when you have a small apartment. You tend to hit things. There we go.
And when he watches this video later, he's going to enjoy what I'm doing the whole time. Because he's going to have to watch the video at some point.
I just grab the audio and then I'll watch it later.
Just remember about the 48-minute marker. Watch for what I'm doing. Anyway,
if it's Chris Metzen, I'll just shake. Well, I don't think you've had enough time yet.
Anyways, so Hearthstone. That one blew me away a bit. Okay, first off, Brody, I can't remember his full name, but Brody, the actual like head designer for it, dude is such an adorable dork. He's like a 6'5", big, burly, gravelly kind of dork he's got this gravelly, deep voice that starts squeaking when he gets excited. It's like, he's such an...
Okay.
He's adorkable. I bless that man.
You're talking about a Blizzard employee. Dork is basically part of their credentials. Where they have PhD and doctor. This is just dork. They don't even bother to put a period. It's just dork.
You know what? You know what he reminds me of? If my dog was a human. That's exactly...
Are you calling him a furry on top of everything? Let's not be that cruel to the poor guy. Come on.
Oh, the furries are going to get their double-barrel blasts when we talk about WoW, so... But no, he does. He is just so adorkable. He's like my dog.
They are. Duh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but no, Brody, the lead game designer for Hearthstone, he is so adorkable. He is like my dog. That's what he just...
Adorkable.
That's what he reminds me of.
I forgot about that word, thanks. Just kind of hoping to keep forgetting about that word, but it's a little late now.
But yeah, no, he does. He reminds me of my dog. I think that's why I like that guy so much. It just doesn't matter how good or bad his stage presence is. He's just adorkable. But no,
well, you could tell there were a couple of people on there who were not used to being on stage.
Oh, yeah. But Hearthstone's presentation for the opening ceremonies was... that, my first thought is when they set up that presentation, when they started that presentation, was like, have they been playing D&D with lore? Have they?
Yes, I remember you saying that.
Like, have they been playing D&D with lore or something? Are they having these massive D&D campaigns in the office instead of actually doing work? Which would explain so much.
I will say this, the poems that they wrote were very well done.
Oh, yeah.
I like how they introduced those with that.
Yeah, the Hearthstone in the past year has has picked up on its showmanship. Did you watch this last the last video they put out? Not the one for BlizzCon, but the one before, where it was a giant Disney musical. Yeah, it was pretty much a giant Disney musical. It was like
that would be. What are you talking about?
You will just look it up.
Send me the link.
I will.
I'll subject myself to it tomorrow after work.
It was pretty much a giant Disney musical. It was so weird, but so awesome. I was pretty much sitting there going, "Wow, did I just have an acid flashback? What the fuck?"
I was gonna say, stop with the drugs. You're not supposed to be doing
I haven't done drugs in 10 years. Give me some credit.
Right,
some,
yeah.
like this much. Just the tip. But anyways,
wasn't that a podcast at one point?
That was Devo Lore's podcast for indie games on the phone. Just the tip.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, Lore.
Thank you, Lore, for that and for Plague Inc.
Sorry, Lore. Sorry, I duly apologize.
Let's just tag every fucking employee in Blizzard on this. I mean, they're all going to show up at some point.
Pretty much.
Find out the name of their janitor. I'm sure he'll work his way in here too. It's somewhere he'll have to.
Don Juan Delamarco. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm supposed to be the pseudo-racist one here. You're stealing my only shtick. Stop this.
It's not racist. I actually do know a dude named Don Juan DeMarco. It's fucked up. Yeah, it's...
I'm not sure if that makes that worse or better. I'll have to think about that.
Jury's out on that one. Anyways.
Yeah, jury will be out on a lot of this show, I think.
But anyways, no, the Hearthstone, I love the presentation. It was this big, regal, like, literal tavern setup with the fake fire in the background. It was great. It was fun. And Brody comes on stage and talks his bit, and then it sets up straight into a D&D thing. Now, they're not calling it D&D, obviously, for copyright reasons. But
no, but it's damn close when you hear the name.
Yeah.
Pretty much a straight rip of it.
Kobolds and Catacombs. And I gotta say, that is... that is so exciting, and just makes me sit there and go, Hearthstone's gonna bleed me dry. Overwatch is gonna bleed me dry. Hearthstone's gonna bleed me dry. WoW's gonna bleed me dry. But Hearthstone and Overwatch are gonna be the two, because I want that skin, and then Kobolds and Catacombs. And that was such a fascinating setup to that. Is a lot of they are expanding the first-person player experience for their TCG. That alone is exciting to me.
Yeah.
And that's something you and Mia complained about a lot when it comes to, like... Because we don't always want to play against people. When it comes to Hearthstone, I really don't want to play against people. Because I don't have the money to shell out to buy these decks and whatnot. So
I did start playing a little bit because they gave me a quest, play 30 cards.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. It just said in play mode, so I may try it because I know Nexramus and stuff like that is free to play. I may try it there, but I really don't like being against players much.
Yeah, see, and I played a lot of TCGs growing up. A lot of TCGs. So if you don't have the money to sink into it, playing against someone else, it's embarrassing. You will just get stomped over and over and over again. So them expanding the first-person player, experience for Hearthstone, and making most of it free, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. I do have to agree.
I mean, that is just like that. That made me re-download Hearthstone. I did too. It made you re-download Hearthstone. Yep. And I did like how they set that whole presentation up as a D&D-esque. You've got two doors, and I love, and you could tell Brody was not expecting the crowd to sit there and go with like the worst options. Choose imminent death. Why not? It's like,
I'm a pyromaniac. If somebody says you want to choose fire, let's go fire, please. Yes.
It's like one door on the right says this. The door on the left says imminent death. Which do you choose? And the entire crowd just went imminent death. And the look
they actually started chanting death, which really threw him.
And his look was like, what the hell is wrong with these people? You can see the hamster in the wheel spinning around going, what just happened?
Well, and you had to know that when they set up that last slide, it's like, whatever the fuck they choose, we're going with this last slide because we have to introduce this.
Yeah.
But you could just tell. It's not like they said, oh yeah, death. Yeah, it almost... And yes, I know he's going to laugh at me for this, but there was another chant that I've heard about in the past 3 years that I know Cody knows about, and I really was getting... It begins with a K. It's a food, you twit.
Motherfucker. No. No. I had to I had to deal with a pallet of that shit last night, okay?
Oh, it's not my fault. But okay, it's kale for those of you who aren't in the aware. Look up
Kale.
It was. They
kale
actually
to
started
the chief. Kale to the chief. Kale to the chief.
I need to put that on my phone and listen to that at work and then have people, what the fuck is he laughing about?
I'm sorry, Alkali.
Yeah, now we got to tag Alkali in here too. Don't forget that. But no, it's like that. You see, well, that was the safe one. I could also do a certain furry and frat boys chant, but we are not going to be saying that.
No.
Furries versus frat boys. Was it MFF 2012? Do not listen to this with your parents in the room. But when you hear that, it's almost surreal. You could almost see, granted, the lighting sucked in there if you weren't on the stage, but you could see people fist pumping like this, chanting. It was almost to the point, I think he was afraid that they were going to start encroaching on the stage. He got them so worked up, so inadvertently.
Yeah.
This never should have happened, you're right.
Yeah, he was...
the look on his face was like,
I know.
What have we done?
You could tell he was expecting, it to take the safer route. This
is Blizzard. We all stand in the fires. Yeah. We don't know safe.
Yeah, he was expecting them to take the doors on the right, not the doors on the left.
Yeah.
Most of his speech, I think, was prepped around them taking the doors on the right. So it looked like he kind of improvised a little bit because they kept going left, and it's like. Motherfucker, god damn it.
Does anybody else see why nobody likes driving in California? Y'all don't know your rights from your left. Come on. And hey, I don't either, so maybe I should move out there.
Suddenly, you have a door on the right. It is a flaming doorway. On the left, it's a doorway of imminent death. Which do you choose? Now, that's a tough choice.
Actually, they could have even done it. The door on the right says, go here, dip, shit. The other one, imminent. They all would have still said imminent death. They could have had Playboy bunnies dancing in front of the right.
They could have naked, blood elves and naked night elves, grinding against each other in front of the one door and said, "Pleasure Palace of, the satyrs." And they would have chosen imminent death. And they would have chosen imminent death for some fucking reason.
Of course! Oh god, there's a visual.
And it's true. It's legitimately true.
Oh, and you know what? As much as we're teasing people, I would have been one of the ones chanting imminent death right along with them. It's like, fuck safety, I'm gonna go in there. Every gamer knows.
Oh, you've got sexy naked dancing elf girls. I want imminent death. Are you gay? No, I just want to see what's behind door number 2.
Come on, every part of you who has ever played roguelike or Dungeons and Dragons or whatever,
you always take the second door.
No, you always know that the worst obstacles mean the greater reward. Mm-hmm. You never go down the easy paths because it's a cakewalk down there. If you go down the hard paths, especially in D&D and stuff, even if there is shit there, just the experience you'll get from going around things makes it worth it.
Yep.
So if nothing else, that proved, well, number one, they were almost all DPS, like I said, and didn't know. It's fire, you don't stand it, fuck, whatever. We'll just snort your ashes later.
I will not move when flame wreath is cast, or the rain blows up.
Boy, we are sillier than normal. I think we're both sleep deprived at this point.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think fuck it. It's 8 o'clock and I'm tempted to drink caffeine just to see if it helps. So
I think at this point I should just have the Shikaka thing up the whole time.
You fucker! You said that while I was drinking. My screen's dirty enough. I don't need to clean cocoa off of it. Actually, it'd be the first time I've probably cleaned it, so that'd probably be helpful. I swear, there's stuff on this screen that I think got on the screen while I lived out in Washington. I definitely need a new monitor.
At least some cleaning. Anyways, so yeah, the entire Hearthstone, even some I didn't watch too much of the deep dive because I kind of need that thing called sleep. But overall, the Hearthstone presentation across the board was so much fun. It was so random and great.
If I would love to see if they did that again on the deep dive and see if they were prepared for the audience to fuck with them as much as they did before. It's like, okay, but actually, if I could go back in time, I would literally do this. It's like, okay, during the opening show, they're going to expect you to go here. They're going to spend 3 hours setting up a slide for you to go that. Now I want everybody to pick the other side. Just mess with them. It's just like, where the fuck were you people at opening ceremonies?
Yeah, pretty much. That is like the whole.
Is that like a Twitter or a Telegram group, or they just made like a flash mob for this thing? It's like, okay, Hearthstone's going to come up. It's going to be this. This is what we're all going to do. Just nudge people to your left and get everybody going with it.
Hashtag choose the other door.
It's always the other door.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
And there's our Monty Python tag for the show. Good one, sir. Good. Even I didn't expect them that time. So
I was sitting there like, how can I move this joke in? How I crowbarred that fucking joke in, and it worked.
You know, this is almost as bad as when my chair reset and we spent like 5 minutes laughing. Red light, green light, red light, green light. Okay, yeah, I'm for that, so.
Shikaka! Shikaka! Okay, I'm back now.
And
okay.
If anybody ever wonders why we've never set up a Patreon, do you think anybody in their right mind would pay for this?
I have a Patreon. No one pays me for it, obviously. But
okay, they do pay for the Dragot show, so
true.
Yeah,
true
maybe
true.
we need to promote. Hi, Alkali. Hello.
But okay, so
some surgeons don't spend as much time on things as we did.
So on that note, you know, I am Shikaka. No. I'm ChaosInfintium. This has been us like talking about BlizzCon coverage. You can tell our passion about World of Warcraft and how we need to be taken out back and shot.
This is what happens when nerds get excited.
Yeah, pretty much. You can follow him on Twitter, Raving Rendal, all that fun stuff. You can follow me at all the shit listed below because I'm way too tired to do this spiel right now. I need to take a nap before work. If
you're listening to this on the extraordinarily long podcast, I'm sorry, Scott. Everything under the notes will have all of our respective links.
Yeah. So, with that out of the way, you know what? I hope everyone's had a good day, has had a good weekend. We'll have a good week. I'm really fucking tired at this point.
And I don't think you're going to have time to sleep either.
I gotta get it. I've got to get an hour nap in. I'm gonna make my call for my ride to work now, so that's already set. I hope everyone's enjoyed it, and if you've made it through, I'm going to post this in probably different ways. Like, there's going to be the normal coverage section that will actually just talk about the opening ceremonies. There will be the WoW coverage section, which is going to be its own video, and then I think I'll probably post this like the whole almost 3 hour video as like an unlisted video somewhere, so he can get the audio out of it.
Oh, I want the video of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. So he can get the audio out of it.
I'll play it for my mom sometime and see, now aren't you glad that you raised me?
Shikaka!
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I hope everyone's
We've gone off the deep end.
We will talk to you all later, and I hope everyone has a good day, and yeah. Bye-bye, everyone.